Well, anyway, like yesterday, some Lagosians had text messages on their phones that Lagos State has commenced the issuance of the new number plates, which everyone has been waiting for. All those who bought cars till this moment haven't been able to ride their cars because of the absence of new number plates. Is Lagos State government on track by issuing a new number plate?
I think somebody told me about this, that he got an alert, but it will be so irresponsible of the Lagos State government to do that. As a matter of fact, Lagos State is also a party to this nonsense.
How?
Lagos State before now, in defiance of the FRSC and in adherence to the provision of the Constitution, went ahead and established their own plant. That was when the price for obtaining number plates crashed, so that 60%, the statistics are there, of number plates were then issued by the Lagos State plants. That was done during the life of the administration of Governor Tinubu, that many people may not agree with, but that, okay, he was very protective of federalist principles. Those plants have been operating. But Lagos State and the Federal Road Safety Commission have been having this tango until recently, when the Federal Road Safety Commission, I don't know by what means, they had a meeting with the Lagos State government and said, look, we can't fight you no more, but don't fight us again. Let's agree. Submit to our jurisdiction over this matter. We will license you, we will permit you to be operating the plants. You will be operating the plants, but don't expose the fact that we do not have the constitutional power to do this. We will permit you. And they entered into a memorandum of understanding. That's why Lagos State is also a party to my suit. No, that by your own agreement, you can't agree to breach the provisions of the Constitution.
So are you saying that now that states don't have that right?
No, I'm not saying that. Lagos State chose to waive
its rights
by agreeing with the FRSC that yes, we will operate under your permit.
So if they didn't do that, they will be on their point.
If they didn't do that, as they've not been doing, they'll be operating the plan and issue license the drivers, and that's correct. I expect every state to set up their own number plate plants, as Lagos State has done for years now.
The question will be, how do we synchronize? If I leave Lagos State, I get my plate number from Lagos State, I get my license from Lagos State, I commit an offense in Ondo State. How do we synchronize?
Yes, I address this frontally now. There's something that government people speak about every time: interagency cooperation, interagency collaboration. So that's how they synchronize. That's how they synchronize. The expediency of synchronization shouldn't be a pretext for violating the rule of law. I'm a rule of law person. And so for me, it is very important that we just do not say that, yes, because it is expedient for us to do this, because we want to achieve result, because the end justifies the means anyway, so let's do what is not constitutionally allowed or permitted. That's the point I'm making. And this is not personal. So if at the end of the day, the statute, the constitution, everything is amended, and then all these functions are concentrated in the hands of the Federal Road Safety Commission, I will be the first person to be a trumpet major.
I understand Marquez' worry, just as someone here is also saying that, well, how many agents, asking the question, how many agency will collect our data, yet the data is not even used? Because what she's saying now, for instance, we've seen some other people, maybe someone who is, visually impaired, having a driver's license, things like that. So in order for us to synchronize them so that we have a central system, central place where we can all have these licenses and plate numbers, that's what people fear. And they say
so
the FRSC
impaired having a license, a driver license, you know what is responsible for that? Is the FRSC. Why? The VIO are expected to conduct tests. I'm telling you a real problem here. So what happens is that under the arrangement, the VIO is still expected to do that, but they are not allowed to do that. FRSC issue a license, so you just go there, you get one. And so there's an accident. Some people are crippled. Yet when the accident report is drawn up, the VI will then have to go to court to say, yes, we issued this license to defend the integrity of the license. He doesn't know anything about it. So if you return the process to them, everything will fall in shape.
We're almost out of time, but this question is for you. It comes from, I think, Deji. Yeah, it says deja vu here. It says, you said the bill was passed in 2007. Is this still valid? And also, if FRSC can't collect data, why can NCC?
I have just said that the National Identity Management Commission is the body that
no other government agency.
Though, as a matter of fact, when that law was passed, other agencies of government that already had existing data police and all that are supposed to then interface this, mesh this together with what the National Identity Management Commission. Because the reason why that is necessary is that at the drop of the hat, nobody will then be requiring for your biometrics data, because there is already a body that is warehousing this. But if at every turn and bend, everybody you have to deal with will then have to collect your data, then it makes a mess of the whole exercise. So if FRS cannot do it, why should NCC? I wonder why should NCC do it? But for now, I'm dealing with FRS. But if I must just say this, we're talking about the law now, and I've weighed heavily on the side of the law. The other aspect of this matter is whether these rates are justifiable, even if FRSC has the power to do all this.
Okay, but who knows?
For me, these rates are not justifiable.
Okay, but for those, because there are some who send messages that they've had cars for months now, they can't drive them because they don't have number plates. The House of Reps committee will take another 4 weeks, I guess, to look into this matter. In the meantime, what happens? Because the policemen stop people on the road saying, where's the receipt of your laptop? So they don't have plate number for cars. What happens to them?
Then the status quo continue. What the FRSC has been doing is shut down everything the state cannot produce. As you said, Lagos state government says, yes, they will start issuing because they are anticipating this new arrival, as it were. Now that the House of Representatives have said, wait, let them continue doing what they are doing until this matter is resolved. Otherwise, if
who is issuing now? I'm not sure if FRA is still issuing the new ones. They're not issuing the old ones anymore. What happens?
They should continue.
But the law doesn't permit a vacuum. That's what you say.
The law doesn't permit a vacuum.